Iowa falls to UCLA 2017. We react to it. Just an awful effort out of the Hawkeyes. And an end of an era, we break it down today. Lock on Hawkeyes.
You are Locked On Hawkeyes, your daily podcast on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, welcome in. I'm Trent Condon, and this is the Locked On Hawkeyes podcast. Thanks for making Locked On Hawkeyes your first listen every day. We're available wherever you find podcasts. You can also watch us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button while you're there. Helps us get in front of more Hawkeye fans. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. You can start the season off with a big return on FanDuel. New customers can place a $5 bet. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. That was hideous. Just an absolutely brutal performance out of this Iowa football team in all three phases of the game. The offense couldn't get anything going on the ground. Brendan Sullivan showed why he was the backup, and the defense was as bad as you can imagine. Special teams had bad moments. It was plenty of blame to go around in this one. Certainly a lot of frustration, and I'm right there with you watching this one unfold. Now, I've said all week long, this was a concerning game. This UCLA team coming in at 3-5 did not paint a complete picture of what they were. In fact, I warned you coming into this season that I believe this was going to be a difficult game. A coach in year number one, Chip Kelly, moving away to become the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, even though he did make a phone call to Kirk Ferentz. That's another conversation for another day. He leaves, Deshaun Foster gets the job, and you see this happen often, right? A coach in his first year, and you see guys buying in, more and more people really strapped in. You saw a team that went in there that was ready to go. They made some mistakes, and Iowa had an opportunity to open this thing up, but they eventually were never able to do just that. I'm going to be coming up on 1040 WHO. You can hear me over there on the world-famous Sound Off pregame show. That is something that we're going to jump into. So I got to keep this short. In fact, we just got a couple of minutes here as I got to jump on the radio side of things. Frustrating. We'll have a full recap coming up here in just a little bit. In fact, after I complete my duties at about 2 a.m. over on Sound Off, we will be with you here with a full rapid reaction. Awful, hideous, frustrating. It was all there. Incredibly disappointed on this one. One of the comments here, UCLA proved Michigan State wasn't a fluke. The defense could not get off the field, could not force punts. In fact, one forced punt now in your last two road games. This team's got some major issues. Apologies. They're getting off the air a little bit early with the radio broadcast with Gary Dolphin and Pat Angerer. So because of that, I got to jump over again. 1040 WHO. You can call in over there. I will be on there with Travis Justice hosting Sound Off. We'll be with you until 2 a.m. Central Time, and you can join us with your phone calls over on 1040 WHO. Apologies. We'll be back with you with a full recap of everything going on here and a full rapid reaction podcast coming up here in just a little bit. Iowa falls in disappointing fashion into UCLA 20-17. We'll talk to you on the radio side on Sound Off. You can also listen to it on the iHeartRadio app. Just search 1040 WHO. It'll pop up there, and we'll be on the air momentarily. Thanks for joining us here. Locked On Hawkeyes, a rapid reaction, full show coming your way here in your feed just a little bit later.